Can we all just acknowledge for 1 second that some therapists shouldn't be frickin' therapists? Okay, so today I had my second therapy appointment with my new therapist, and I was having anxiety, and I'm pretty sure I was definitely having anxiety last week as well for my new session. But anyways, I was having anxiety. I'm like, oh my God, why am I having anxiety for my therapy session? Oh wait, it's because I had I really had one awful therapist. The only male therapist I've ever had, and I will never see a man therapist ever again. Sorry, he ruined it for me. I know, not all men therapists are awful, but he was awful. He actually fired me. He fired me. I was trying to fire you, but he fired me, which is just crazy. But I'm seeing this new therapist, and we even got into a little conversation about just how many awful experiences people actually have. And I know I have fellow friends and myself personally, just if you feel like your therapist is even if you're not vibing with them, maybe they're not doing anything wrong or making you feel like crap or any of that, but if you're not vibing, that's okay too. You can leave. If you just have this feeling that you should leave, just leave. You don't need to give people chances, especially your therapist. It's okay. Just get a new one. I don't know why. So I seen, let's call him Josh, okay? My therapist, Josh, he was 60, 70 years old. I don't know. Anyways, I seen him in person, and it was I think okay at first because he was showing me this all cool stuff. He had these goggles I could put on and whatever. Anyways, I was kind of at my party girl phase. I don't even want to say it was because of that. I was just being a girl, and I was kind of going on dates. I wasn't even doing anything slanderous or I don't know, really no reason. One time in one of our sessions, which I was already having anxiety starting going to my sessions because he was coming at me hard, and I was what? I forgot. I wish I could remember all the things he used to say to me because I'd tell people and they'd be your therapist said that to you. But one of these sessions, he just starts laughing and laughing for a long time, and I'm so I start laughing because I'm uncomfortable, so I'm laughing with him because he's laughing. And then he goes, imagine if your dad knew what you did. And I was just what? And I don't remember how that conversation ended, but he was laughing so long that I was can I just run out of this room? Is that my last session I had with him? I think I seen him a time after that, and then I kind of didn't go, and he was you need to get on meds. And I was I don't need to be on meds. I don't want to be on meds, and there's no reason for me to be on meds. And yeah, he was very mad at me for not wanting to get on medication. And then loads of other things he was saying to me. I don't even know all the things. I can't even remember, but he said some stuff. Anyways, that was my first horrific therapist moment. And then my last therapist, nothing wrong with her. We just didn't vibe, and I tried to make it work out, but there wasn't a connection. And I also, yeah. And I could have left sooner, but I felt I almost felt I owed her something, I was helping her out, but no, it's okay, we didn't vibe. Because my first appointment with my new therapist, sorry, this is a whole story time, but yes. She was just in our first appointment, she was this is as much as an interview for you as it is for me. If I don't feel I'm a good fit for you, I'm gonna let you know and refer you out to someone else. And I remember being oh my God, what if she doesn't like me? But that's just fear of rejection or whatever. But I was yeah, that's totally right. If I don't feel I'm vibing with you, I'm allowed to walk away. So remember that. That is okay. But why are there so many awful therapists doing these awful things to people? I mean, my one therapist gave me trauma. I didn't see a therapist for a year after him. Yeah, and he fired me. He sent me a little piece of paper in the mail. I wonder if I still have it. I know I have a picture of it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just a generic letter firing me. And I remember being oh, yes. But, it's okay. if you don't feel like, if your therapist is bullying you or you feel attacked, and like, yes, a therapist should give you like constructive criticism and tips and blah, blah, blah. But if they're like making you feel uncomfortable or giving you anxiety, you shouldn't be with them. Like, you should leave, and that's okay. I feel like we don't talk about this enough, about how some therapists are awful. Like, I don't know. That's my TED Talk. If you've had a bad therapy appointment or like a bad therapist experience, you're not alone. Don't give up on therapy. There are amazing therapists out there, and like sometimes you really just have to like weed through a lot to find a gym. Okay? Just keep on going until you find a good one. With that being said, I hope you do find a good therapist and you get the help you need and deserve. With that being said, just keep on finding a good therapist. If you feel like you need to report one, like maybe I should have reported that one, do one better than I did and report them. But I was like 19 or 20. I don't remember how old I was. Like, it wasn't even that long ago. I'm only 23. I want to say, yeah, I was 21 because like my party girl phase. But yeah, leave it down in the comments if you've had like an awful experience with a therapist, because like, let's all trauma bond. Anyways, have a great day. Okay, I also just wanted to add, like, going to therapy is such like an intimate and deep and just like, it should be just such a comfortable and freeing experience, especially if you've never been and like your first experience is like awful and you feel worse leaving, or you just didn't feel comfortable, or the vibe wasn't right, or maybe they said something that didn't feel right. Like, not all therapy's like that, and I know it sucks, and I know it's like, it's awful. Like, there's these certified people out here like trying to give advice and it's bad advice, or they hurt you. Like, you will find a good therapist, and I really do hope, you know, if this did happen to you or you're in this situation, that you keep on looking, because they're out there. And I'm wishing you nothing but luck on your journey to finding a good therapist. And I'm sorry that if you did have an awful experience, that happened to you, because you didn't deserve that, especially when all you were trying to do was find help. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I know I was kind of like talking about this like lighthearted, but I know this is a very serious topic, and it should be treated as such. So yeah, I do hope everything works out and you have a great rest of your day or night or morning whenever you're watching this.